In this video, I am going to tell the importance of Arunachala Hill. This is explained in Skanda Purana that Mahayogi Shiva Bhagwan is existing in the form of hill. People, they visit this hill and experience the spiritual vibrations in their bodies. Even I myself have gone 2-3 times and experienced the vibrations, especially when we go for the pre-karma around this Arunachala hill, we get spiritual experiences and really receive divine bliss and peace. Just see the grandeur Arunachala hill. Maharshi Ramana, he was in a reality Arunachala himself, the incarnation of Lord Shiva. Or some people they say that Maharshi Ramana was incarnation of Kartikeya, the great son of Bhagwan Shiva. This photo is of Sri Bhagwan Maharshi Ramana when he came to Tiruvannamalai and started living in the Arunachala hill. His age was 16-17. See, our Upanishadic sages used to say that liberation and self-realization is possible only by the grace of Almighty God. But for this grace to receive, we have to prepare, we have to purify. No doubt, grace is essential for the liberation and self-realization. For receiving grace, we have to prepare. That means we have to make efforts. There is pleasure, happiness, or misery in our life. It is not due to the outside factors, but the prevailing condition of our inner self. See, ego is nothing but the false identification of ourself with the body. This is ignorance, and this ignorance is nothing but the ego. Identifying oneself with the body is known as the ego. This is the surrounding ponds and trees around Arunachala hill. A very beautiful scenery. See, Mercy Ramana used to emphasize on self-inquiry. Self-inquiry is force the ego to enter the spiritual heart and emerge into the self. This is nothing but the self-inquiry. We have to destroy our mind and ego and search for the real self, that is called Atma or soul. This photograph is of Maharishi's early young age. See, what is realization? A realization of the self is nothing but the destruction of mind and ego. When the mind and ego both are destroyed, what is left is the real self, and this is called self-realization. See, we have to continuously make efforts to divert our mind from the outward to inward. And this effort of diverting the mind to inward will lead us to self-realization. That means the mind is destroyed, ego is destroyed, and what is left is our soul. And this is known as self-realization or ATAMSHAKSHATKAR. This is the Brahma Vidya of our Upanishadic sages. See, once you are determined to seek your real self, you will not have any sort of fear. See, there are two eyes. One is the self eye, that means we identify with our body. This is called false eye. And the another is real eye, that is our soul, that is our Atma, that is our consciousness. See, we have to ignore the body consciousness and concentrate on the real consciousness. Maharshi is on the walk around the Arunachala hill. See, what is ignorance? Ignorance is nothing but the thought, I am the body. We have to destroy this thought to have self-realization. See, all our actions are caused by our mind, and this mind is the cause of bondage and release. See, with the help of mind we can get liberation, and also we can continue entangling ourselves with the help of this mind. So mind is both the cause of bondage and liberation. Therefore, see, we have to turn our mind inwardly, and we have to practice dispassion and also kill the mind. Remember, mind is nothing but the repeatedly arising thoughts constitute our mind. So, for self-realization, we have to change the direction of mind from going outside to inwardly. This will lead us to self-realization. See, almost all the religions tell us to search God outside, but in the real sense, we are not supposed to seek God outside, but inside. Searching God inside is known as Jnana Marga. We have to keep struggling, and we have to abide ourselves. Abide in the self. That means all the 24 hours we have to concentrate on the feeling that I am the soul, I am the self. Call it soul, Atma or self is same. See, the ego causes attachment. To remove ego, we have to remove attachment. Dispassion and attachment are two very important factors for self-realization. See, what is renunciation? Renunciation is nothing but giving up the ego. Kill the ego. When we kill the ego, what we get? Self-realization. Simple. See, as a diver dive deep into the ocean to receive pearls, same way we have to keep silence and go deeper and deeper and realize the self. See, silence is another misconception people indulge in. Silence means ceasing the arising thoughts from the self. Stopping the thoughts to arise from the self is known as silence, not keeping the mouth shut. That is a wrong conception, rather misconception. See, silence means we need not have any thought other than the self. So this silence is known as speech of the self. Maharishi Ramana is sitting with his disciples, devotees. See, silence is God, silence is Brahman, silence is the Atma, silence is bliss, silence is absolute truth. So silence is nothing but the self. The nature of the self is bliss and peace. That is known as Sat Chit Anand. Existence, consciousness, and bliss, and is known as Satchidanand.